Now, 2 weeks ago, the guys on maintenance were working on one of the revetment walls, and Izzy is a new employee here, and he says to Brian, who are those two guys that just ran through here? And Brian goes, nobody ran through here. So we have all sorts, it happens during the day, it's just not at night. Well, Fort Ontario was a pivotal point. I mean, we've got a lake out here and a river. We're right in the corner. This is actually the fourth structure that was built here. And even across the river, there were 2 other forts way back in the day. So we're just a pivotal point. I mean, even George Washington sent troops up here to destroy us when we were garrisoned by the British. But there was a big snowstorm, no surprise, up in central New York, and he was unable to come up here and destroy us, or we would have been number 5. Yeah, there's been a person that's spotted here that had a red cap on. Several of the ghost groups that have been here will get either a red blob on their photos or video. Ourselves, our personal group, Central New York Ghost Hunters, have gotten the red glow up on the ramparts. There's also a gentleman down in the cemetery that's been spotted by groups that wears a brimmed hat similar to that hat over there. But anyway, that has walked like right in front of him and has disappeared. So we've got a few going on, but I think the red cap story goes back the furthest because that goes to the French and Indian War. Well, working here, everybody's like, oh, ghosts come out at night. No, during the day, I was working on a window last year and it was like 7:30 in the morning. I'm the only person in the fort and I hear a woman humming. And I'm working on the window on OQ2 and I'm thinking, oh, somebody's coming in because voices do carry here. We're near the water. And I'm listening, and it was coming from inside the building, and the building wasn't even unlocked yet. So I went in and just was like, hi, how you doing? Because that's what I do. Because several times I've even opened a building up, and I'll hear hi or hey as soon as I open the building up. We have in officers' quarters 1, we'll have little girls that sit out on the rock out in front and won't go in because that mean man's there. At one point, I guess there was a stern sergeant here, and he appears and they see him as a mean man. And we actually had a dog that wouldn't go in the building and a little boy now. Usually it's little girls, but now we have several other people. Or they'll come to us and say, oh, that reenactor was dressed really nice, that woman. And we're like, nobody's dressed up today. So you'll get that experience just like you do at any other facility like this. Oh, at least once a week somebody says something. Even during our ghost tours, they were in officers' quarters 1. They were on the 2nd floor. And they kept hearing this furniture moving upstairs. So one of the tour guides took it upon themselves to go upstairs, see if somebody snuck up there. Well, of course, they went up there and there's no furnishings up there. And they kept hearing footsteps and some furniture being dragged across the floor. Down in one of the casemates, one of the other ghost groups that was here helping us, volunteering, they actually saw a pair of legs go by because when Mike came up out of the casemate, his eyes were like this big because he had never seen anything visual before. And he was like, I saw these legs run by me. And I'm like, yeah. Stuff like that happens here. If you're with a paranormal group, you can book a investigation and be here till late hours of the night. And if you're just, an amateur just doing it yourself, you can come in during regular business hours. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. I think everybody likes that little adrenaline rush. It's not really scary here. It's a little unnerving sometimes.